Most men, they never achieve real, significant wealth. But here's the kicker. It's not because they can't. The real reason is a lot closer and a lot more personal.
And this is the whole point, really. It all boils down to an unconscious choice, a decision that kind of sets you on a path for years and years to come. And if you're not paying attention, you're making that same exact choice too.
To really get this, let's zoom in on one single moment. Picture this. You're in a cafe. A simple question gets asked, but the answer, or lack of an answer, changes absolutely everything. You've got this young man, right? He's just trying to figure things out. He asks a straightforward question looking for a roadmap, some kind of guidance. But he doesn't get advice. He gets a shutdown, a complete rejection, a label that just closes the conversation. And that right there, that's where the real story starts. In that 1 second, something splits. Not out in the world, but inside his own head. It creates this internal fork in the road. And if you don't understand this split, you'll just repeat the same cycle that traps almost everyone. So let's talk about path 1. This is the default setting for most people. I call it the loop. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that cycle of stagnation, of just repeating the same things over and over, hoping something will magically change. I mean, think about it. For years, you were basically programmed with these 4 instructions. Sit down, listen to what you're told, repeat it back, and then wait. Just wait your turn. That system was never designed to teach you how to build anything for yourself. And today, that loop is on steroids. You know the scene. It's late. Your phone is glowing in the dark, and you're scrolling, comparing someone else's perfectly polished highlight reel to your messy, everyday reality. That's the moment. That's when the doubt starts to whisper. And that little whisper of doubt, it grows into fear. But we need to be really specific here, because this is crucial. The fear isn't actually about failing. It's about other people seeing you fail. And that fear of judgment, it's paralyzing. So you wait. You stall. And right there, that's the split in action. While one version of you is stuck in that loop, overthinking, hesitating, calculating every possible outcome, another version of you, the one that could be, is already moving, already taking a step. Okay, so let's switch gears and talk about the other path, the build. Now, this isn't about gritting your teeth and just working harder. This is a fundamental mindset shift. It's about stopping the chase for money and starting to focus on creating something else entirely. This right here, this is the secret. You were probably told that if you just work hard, you'll succeed. But that's a trap. Money doesn't chase effort. Money is a response. It flows to where value is being created. This lays it out perfectly. Working hard keeps you busy, but it often leads to stagnation. You're just spinning your wheels. Working sharp, on the other hand, is about focusing all your energy on creating value that solves problems. That is what creates real change. So look, you don't need more motivation. What you need is leverage. And in this case, leverage is just a skill. A specific skill that solves a painful problem that people are more than willing to pay to make go away. That is your key. This path has its own cycle, but it's an active one. Forget sit and wait. The new cycle is fail, adjust, learn, and then repeat. You take action, you get feedback from the real world, you adjust your approach, and you go again, only this time you're a little bit smarter. All right, so let's fast forward. Let's say you do it. You choose the build path, and you start earning real money. This is where a lot of people think they've won the game. But actually, a much harder game is just beginning. This is so critical. Earning money and keeping money are 2 completely different skills. The pressure is different, the temptations are different, and this is the stage where so many people who get a taste of success end up losing it all. And from this point, 2 very different futures emerge. You have the person who looks rich. They show everything. They're focused on the short term. And then you have the person who quietly becomes powerful. They build in the background, and they think in decades, not days. And this is why your time horizon is everything. Today on the build path, progress feels painfully slow, but you have to zoom out. In 5 years, you'll see you've gained real ground. But the life-changing growth, that happens over decades. That's where the real magic is. Which brings us full circle, right back to you, in this moment. That internal split we talked about, that choice you didn't know you were making, for most people, it's still there, completely unresolved. And here's the hard truth. Time is passing anyway. Every single moment you spend hesitating in that loop, the other version of you, the one who just decided to act, is getting a little further ahead. You've probably been putting it off, telling yourself I'll start tomorrow. But you have to realize that delay is the loop. The only way to break out is to act, even with the uncertainty. Start anyway, move anyway, build anyway. So it all comes down to this. Right now, are you going to be the version that stays in the loop, replaying the same old story? Or are you going to be the one that starts to build? The choice is happening now. Which one is it going to be?